All right, we are rolling. All right, Joe, before we start this press conference, can you just
Yeah.
fill everybody in why you're sitting in this chair? Why is this happening? What happened last week? Just fill us in.
Yeah, so here we are today. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Last week, I did the unthinkable and I scored the least amount of points in our fantasy league, and now I've got to sit through this presser. So here we are. It's all good stuff. They don't need to quiet down. They're fine.
All right, hopefully everybody can pick up on this.
They're fine.
All right. So the first question is from the commish.
Okay.
You may have a playoff spot locked up already, but you are in serious danger of losing out on a first-round bye. How do you plan to address the sudden shaky ground you find yourself on with your running back room particularly?
You know, I'm just going to dig deep, persevere. If I was like some of you guys in this league, Pearson, I would say, oh, it's over. It's over. I'm on to next year. But, you know, I've got more of a backbone than an amoeba, right? And so we're just going to kind of circle the wagons, rally up the troops, and, you know, I'm confident, ultimately. We want to win, right? We know what's ahead of us. And
That's true.
running backs, I mean, I got the horses. I got James Cook. I got Josh Jacobs, who I didn't play today.
Why didn't you play Josh Jacobs today?
I was at the Thanksgiving Day parade and I forgot. Bucky Irving will come back, and I have a feeling that he will take my team ability. So.
Okay. All right. Next question is from Waddles. Joey, my, how far we've fallen since Laugh's wedding. At the same time, you do have at least one silver lining to appreciate. You are the better Vitula brother, in my opinion. I guess he's talking about fantasy football-wise. I'm not sure.
Thank you.
This week has clearly been an anomaly in your performance this season.
Yeah.
But as for my question, how does it feel to know that your brother, John Vitula, commissioner of the DDL Fantasy League, has only managed to muster one championship win in the last 15 years in the famed 6-mile league, while you've already brought home the gold in just the short amount of time you've been in this league? Is it pure comedy? Is it sad? How would you describe it?
Well, life's either a comedy or a tragedy, you know. And
As
for
the
me,
Greeks would say.
it's a comedy, and for Johnny, it's a tragedy. And it's kind of as simple as that. I'm not surprised at how good I've done in the 3 years I've been here. First year, make the playoffs. Second year, win. Third year, possibly win. But really, it's just not a surprise. I mean, John asked for help. He pleaded. He was begging for me to come into the league and restore some amount of glory, or I don't know, something like that, you know, to the league, and I've done it.
Okay.
And that's that.
All right, good answer. From DDL himself, the inaugural champ. Happy
Facts.
Thanksgiving, champ. It must have been quite cool growing up with the greatest commissioner in fantasy football sports as your brother. Could you share with us your favorite memory you've ever had together? Great question, DDL. Great question.
Oh, my ma's laughing a lot right now. That's a good one. And I'll be genuine. My favorite memory of my brother, I mean it, was when we hiked the Eagle's Nest in Berchtesgaden, Germany. It was a good memory. Took a nice family trip over to Europe there. John and I hiked for, I think it was about 7
hours.
7 hours or something. It was like 14 miles total, up a mountain, back down. And it was good, you know, to be like the 101st Band of Brothers. You know, we figured if 80 years ago, you know, a bunch of kids with BARs and all their gear could hike up a mountain after fighting a war, why couldn't we, two well-rested civilians, do it as well? And it was fun. It was a struggle. He almost passed out at the end.
No, correct the record. I almost had to carry you down the mountain.
Yeah, at the end of the mountain, I might have got a little lightheaded. Anyways, it was a good memory. John had a cutoff on, a Western Michigan cutoff with a towel on his bald head, and all these Germans were just watching us as we went by, laughing. It was good. It was a nice time. It
was good.
That was it.
Yeah, nice. That was good. That's a good choice, Joe. Next question from Bobby Castler, your old friend Bobby Castler.
Bobby on Berwick.
This is a simple question. How does it feel being the cooler and better liked Vitula? That must be just Bobby's opinion, but how does it feel?
Oh no, that's actually great. Thank you, Bobby. How does it feel to be the cooler Vitula? That was the question?
Yep.
Well, Let me ask you this. Let me answer your question with 3 questions. How does water feel when it's told that it's wet? How does a dog feel when you call it a good boy? How does Jerry Jones feel when he's told every year that he will mismanage the Cowboys into further mediocrity, hopelessness, despair, delusion? The answer is no duh. I mean, they don't really feel anything about it. It just sort of, it is. It's like gravity, right? It's like immutable.
It just is.
That's how it
Interesting.
feels. That's how it feels. Thanks, Bobby.
Okay, good answer. Next question from Adam, your friend Adam Michaels.
Yeah.
Joey, growing up alongside such a delusional older brother had to have its difficulties. With that said, what is one thing you're thankful for and one thing you've learned from John? That's a good question, Adam. Great question, Adam.
What I'm thankful for from John, that is tough.
It's not that tough. Come on.
I'll be honest. I'm really thinking here. I mean, I love my brother. Let me preface this, right? But we're very different people. You know, I'm over here. He's over there. I'll be honest. I'm most thankful to my brother for showing me how I don't want to be. You know. And that might
Yeah, you
sound-
don't want to have a family. You don't want to
That
settle down and
might-
get a house. No, I get it.
That
I
might
get it.
sound rough,
Okay.
but I sort of just watched what he did in life, and I just kind of said, you know what, I'm not going to be like that, and
Oh.
there's value in that, you know, there is. So, again, I love him, but that's what I've learned from him.
Okay, interesting. Okay, interesting answer. I'm not going to say good answer. Interesting though. This is a bonus question from Adam. Actually, from Adam's mom.
Oh.
Joey, if you were to cook bacon at a friend's house, would you accidentally dump the bacon grease down the sink, or would you make sure to throw it into the trash? From Adam's mom.
No, well, I mean, obviously you don't throw it in the sink. I'm going to read into this and say that you did that at their house
I'm
one
not
time,
under question
John.
here. I'm not under question. Here.
The clear answer is you put it in the garbage, or if you're like us, you might pour it in a coffee cup or something, let it cool down, wipe it out with a napkin. A safe way to dispose of it.
That's true. I second that. I second that.
That's a good question, Adam's mom, but that's what I'm going to say. Do not put it down the sink.
No, that's
Simple.
smart. That's smart. That's
Good
smart.
answer.
This is from Mr. Big Daddy, and some people, some people in these questions are very confused. I think Big Daddy is as well. Doesn't have a good grip on reality. He does huff Afrin every day, nonstop, in order to breathe. So that's the kind of guy
Yeah.
Big Daddy is.
Yeah.
But he wants to know, as the premier athlete of the Fatula brothers,
Yeah.
what is your most memorable or impactful win over our beloved and certainly unbiased commish in a sporting event? And I told him, I don't think Joe's going to have an answer for this because I don't think he's ever beaten me in anything athletic, but you can answer the question. See how he's thinking? He's thinking really hard.
Herein lies the rub. It wasn't necessarily an event, but I'm going to say, let's see, I was probably in late middle school, maybe early high school, maybe middle school, let's say. John was in high school, and, I've always been the better runner, just naturally, right? It just, from when I started out being alive, I could just run better. My legs work better. It just sort of, it makes sense, right? Now, John played baseball, as did I, and while John never directly came to me for help, one day my mom asked me, hey, Joe, you ran cross country and track, and you're fast, you can run good. Can you kind of help John run? Because, sure, he's 17 and he should be able to run, but imagine you're running downhill, and so you might lean backwards to not fall forward. That's how John ran on a flat surface, kind of like this, and he just looked like a total clown, and I'll be honest, I helped him, and that would be my crowning moment, I had to help the guy run, so.
So for the record, you didn't beat me in anything for the record.
Well, I mean, I don't play basketball. We
'Cause
we never played tennis one-on-one, but
well, we have, but I won every time.
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. All right. Next question.
We'll go on.
This is from Laugh Dog. Simple question, straightforward question. How much pipe are you drilling on average these days?
Well, it's been about 3 months on the job. Comfortably, to be honest, Laugh, I would say over a mile of pipe, man. And honestly, too, it's regional, which is kind of fun. Some
regional.
people are local,
Yeah.
but I'm in Indianapolis. I was in Charlevoix. I was in the UP, just down in Kentucky, and
Kentucky.
yeah, Kentucky, and I mean, yeah, sometimes it might be
Close.
10 or 15 feet of pipe, but other times it might be, we did like a 300-foot hole up in the UP, so kind of a lot. But, we get it taken care of, and we drive it on home, so.
Good answer. Okay, Joe, before I ask this next question, can you grab that photo that's over there? Can you grab that photo, please? Help me out here. Well, help
Yeah.
yourself out. Help yourself out, just to remind everybody what's
This
going on.
one?
Grab that photo. Yeah, grab that photo.
Yeah.
And just put it like right here.
What is this?
Where am I at in that photo?
Oh, God, that stupid red shirt.
Where am I at in that photo, though? Do you know?
Well, I mean, you were in, what, you went to Scotland, England.
Oh, okay, no, that's good. That's good. Please
I
stop.
don't,
That's good.
Yeah,
okay.
Scotland and
Next
England.
question's from P.
yeah.
Two-parter. Really just two questions, but he needs to make up for a lack of questions that he thought you weren't going to get, but you did get a lot of questions.
Fair.
Please clear the air once and for all on this topic that has been fiercely debated for almost 2 decades. Has John ever been to London?
Yeah, John went to London. Yeah, he went to London and Scotland. I can't remember when. He was a young lad, a little husky lad there.
Going into 7th grade.
He was
Summer after
maybe
sixth
11 or
grade.
12. But yes, objectively, he was in London. Bad food, worse weather, and what a surprise. He loved it. So clearly, something's wrong with this guy's melon.
It was the day that they had the bombing.
He had the day of the bombing happen, yeah. They
And then
bombed those
he
buses.
called mom crying about some guys. There was loud noises on the subway, and he couldn't handle it. And so, but yeah, he was there.
Joe, people die.
I mean, yeah,
people
bad joke. Anyways, redact it, cut it.
On the UK topic, if the Ventulas were a royal family and your dad was a king, who would be the next in line to become king should your dad pass in this hypothetical scenario? Would John be skipped in favor of, and he put it, Lil Joey? Why or why not?
Well, yeah, of course. My God. I mean, okay, look, I understand that. I'm done with this one. Look, I know that the establishment or the way it's done is the first son gets the kingdom, right?
Damn straight.
But how many times has that gone wrong? Where there's just been a total yahoo or some just, idiot, some clown trying to run the country. I think what would happen is this. I think Dad would feel bad. He'd give John the crown, and of course, as we all know, within a week, he would just bungle the entire office, and the country would be in ruin, and he'd have to come to, me for help. So, yeah, that's what I'd say.
I would pick, for the record, Lafferty as my chief advisor, so.
Well, you're screwed.
Well,
Not a week, a few days then at that point.
who would you pick as your chief advisor?
As my chief of staff, probably my niece Orla. She's 2. Really nice. Doesn't believe in war or hate. She just wants to hang out and laugh, and I think we'd have a good tight ship running.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all for the questions from the league members. Now we have our guest core, and we actually have an international member here as well. Let's start with our guest question and answer. Mary,
God,
step
my
up here.
fucking sister
Mary,
and
step up.
mom are in this.
Step up. Ask the question, Mary. Make sure you talk nice and loud.
Yeah, Mary, what's up? You want to know something?
If you don't have one, just say you know.
Okay, you babysat one time while I was sick.
Yeah, oof. I think I might know where this one's going.
Yes.
Yeah.
All that Orla did was have a poop.
Yeah.
And you had like an existential crisis over it.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Why did that happen?
Well, I mean, look, it's not that ridiculous, okay? I never been around babies before, okay? First time babysitting my lovely niece. She crapped her pants so loud and for so long. It was like a 15-second sound.
No.
And I kind of looked over at her, and she looked at me, and I said, I think you might have done something. And I picked her up, and I put her on the ottoman, the little changing thing. And my sin was this, the cardinal sin, which now I know. I had the baby on the, surface, and I was like this close undoing the diaper, and the smell, it got me, and it drove all reason out of my head. My eyes watered. I almost threw up. I didn't want to throw up on the baby. I held her down and coughed and had to cry for help. It was not a proud moment, and I feel really bad because I left her there in a lurch as she looks at me right now. poop on her legs. And then it got on the carpet. Then my sister was yelling at me, and I felt really bad, and I left quickly.
He just laughed.
But again, it was the first time I had ever changed a diaper with poop in it, and I can't stress that enough, how unprepared I was for the smell, the consistency. It looked like Jell-O or pudding was everywhere. It was, I could not believe that so much poop came out of such a tiny baby. That's where I'm at. So that's what happened. I'm sorry. I love you very much. But yeah.
Okay, now we have a question from the International Press Corps.
God, my own mother.
International Press Corps, here we go.
Ich habe eine Frage.
Yeah.
Glaubst du, dass du die Liga noch gewinnen wirst?
Naturally, yeah.
Okay.
Of course. Genau.
Translate for the fans.
Genau. Naturally, of course, I mean, without a doubt.
I asked if he was going to still win the league.
Ja. Ja, ich werde gewinnen. Und ja, mein Platz.
Mit schlechten Akzenten.
Keep.
Oh, ihr könnt Deutsch sprechen. Mano.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll win. Don't worry. I'm not worried about it.
Sehr gut.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay, pick up Penny. Show Penny off to the crowd.
Now this is
And
the team
my brother
everyone should be
wasn't,
rooting
if you
for.
guys didn't already think that John was so just cracked out delusional, I want you to look at what he dressed up his little daughter in. This is what John wants for his baby. Is to
Go
be
Cowboys!
A Dallas Cowboys cheerleader here.
Go Cowboys, Penny.
You want to wave? Blow a kiss?
Good job, Penny. All right.
We'll change your clothes.
Good
back.
press conference.